Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy
They
there.
got the wrong guy. The dog was biting him.
He roughened him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
Your Honor, we would waive formal reading and stand mute and request extra pickles.
I don't want pickles either.
All right, I'm not sure what was happening there. It was not my fault this time, I promise. I promise it wasn't my fault. Oh, man. Kim, I think you were first in chat again. I lost it somewhere. There you are. Here you are. It must be your fault, Kim. I think you won the internet again. Is that right? Did you win? I don't remember. I think it was a repeat offender, whoever it was. Let's see. Mrs. R.A. did come in. I said, I'm live. And she's like, no, you're not. But I was live. It just, YouTube didn't pick it up. And everything was right on my end. It wasn't that I had done something wrong. It was a YouTube error. I'm sticking by that. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. As we get going here, welcome to the Court of Public Opinion, by the way. I am the Recovery Addict. Thank you so much for joining. Oh my goodness, look at this.
Taking it easy.
AJ, member for 7 months. I'm looking forward to learning about how Scott chooses his cases. Love you, addicts. You are actually key to how I choose my cases. You really are. Just the news, the tips, the information you guys have, the press, the stories that make a difference to you and say, hey, how about this one? Can we chase that? That's how it works. But let me back up a little bit, since Mrs. R.A. has been in chat a little bit, outing me to the fact that I can't get the buttons to work properly. Let me just say, he's talking to you guys, but really just to himself. Let me say what happened with lunch really quickly. Okay, Mrs. R.A., just sit tight for a second. Let me spill all. Okay, this is the truth and nothing but the truth. Mrs. R.A. left. She went to the store to get lunch. She went to run errands with the kids and do a homeschool thing as well. And I said, can you get me some spicy maple bourbon pickles? And I was really looking forward to it. Turns out she had not returned. I thought she'd returned, but she hadn't returned in time. And so I was left on my own to scrounge around in the kitchen and the freezer, the back of the cupboards, looking for food. And so my lunch consisted of a partial block of mozzarella cheese with some, no, not crackers, but I ate it with Girl Scout cookies, because it's like crackers. They come in the same package. No pickles. And then, sadly, I poorly microwaved, as in I cooked the outside, but the inside was still frozen, some Chinese chow mein. And as I'm eating and crunching the icy chow mein, Mrs. R.A. arrives home, and I've eaten all this food, tried to just sustain myself for as long as possible, and she comes walking in the door, and she's carrying a bag from Panda Express, and the kids are like, "Mom got herself lunch." I'm like, "What?" But she actually did get me lunch as well. She got me lunch, and so here I am, like stuffed to the gills with cheese, Girl Scout cookies, and very poor TV microwave dinner Chinese. And then she opens up the honey walnut shrimp from Panda Express, and I had to eat it too. So that's how it went. So I'm like overstuffed, but you can't say no to honey walnut shrimp from Panda Express. So thank you, Mrs. Ari, for bringing that. I still do want the pickles. If you choose to go to the store, I still do want the pickles. I know the store got sort of cut out the list. Poopery ad incoming, says Greeners. Yes. Anyway, that's how it goes. So thank you, Mrs. R.A. Food coma in 3, 2, 1. It's going to happen. Weather watch is going to happen this afternoon. I'm going to need more cold water, possibly on the face, to keep awake for this. With a lunch like that, if I didn't know better, I would think you could be pregnant. There's nothing. It's all healthy. It's all healthy. You look at, Girl Scout cookies. Nothing can be wrong with them, or else they wouldn't sell them, right? So we know those are good. The cheese, that's dairy. And then you've got all your veggies in the in the frozen Chinese dinner, and then I had shrimp. So I guess I think it was a balanced diet, if anything. It would probably rate well on the scale. You know, if you look at the food pyramid, I pretty much checked most of the boxes, except for dessert, which I guess you could say technically the cookies, but I ate them with cheese like they were crackers, so I think that should count to my benefit. Anyway, we did also bring a little bit of sound effects. We've got
Thanks. I don't want pickles either.
Yeah, we've got the judge speaking blasphemy from the bench, which we're going to save for that. We might use that in the command. I'm not sure. But we went back and watched, and Attorney Zachary Ward, he did specifically tell the judge he requests no pickles. Let's listen one more time, and just you can hear this with me. It's not very clear, but there's nothing else he could be saying.
Word on both counts.
Okay, so ready? Here comes the attorney.
Your Honor, we would waive formal reading and stand mute and request extra pickles.
What else? What else could that mean? There's no request extra pickles. That's what he said. It was a little bit muffled, but that's what I heard. Anyway, I heard that and said, "Is that? Did he say what I think?" Because the judge did not respond at all. There wasn't a snicker. There wasn't a laugh. It's like he didn't hear it. So yes, they're standing mute and requesting extra pickles. I'm not sure if you get like a free redo. Is that like an automatic appeal if your attorney in court is asking for extra pickles for you? Is that like, clearly my attorney is doing a poor job. He can't tell the difference between ordering at Wendy's and defending me in court. So I should get a redo. Anyway, speaking of attorneys and doing a good job, I hope you all during the break watched the Matthew Harris video, the collaboration with Cartnarks. It was fantastic. Basically, it looks at the legalities of what Cartnarks is doing. Cartnarks is a YouTube channel that aims to educate, to draw attention to the public about the increasing danger and the risk to other people's vehicles caused by people who leave their grocery shopping carts in the parking lot other than returning to the stall or back to the store. It was amazing. It was really, really good. It was very informative, and it seems to be that they have the perfect pattern that keeps them away from litigation. There may be just a hair of liability, depending. I mean, you might have somebody say he threw the magnet and it slid on my car, and the magnet had dirt on the back and it scratched the paint. Thus, you have that like realm, but it would be hard to prove, really. So we'll see. Maybe I think they're fairly safe in their model, although finding out that they had somebody attack them and threaten them, that's scary stuff. Anyway, great video, Matthew. I loved it. It was, as I mentioned, he is the best looking lawyer, the best dressed lawyer. It's not like I have a man crush or anything, but he makes lawyering look good. That's all I can say, Matthew. You do a good job at that. Your presentation is fantastic. Loved the video. Hope everyone hit the like button while they were over there. I saw a lot of comments. That was great as well. Make sure you share that with a friend. Matthew says, I think everyone watched. Right now, it's my #1 trending video. Thank you for being so amazing, and thank you, Scott. That is awesome. I hope it goes far. Seriously, if you like that Matthew Harris video, the best thing you could do, like from the deepest part of my heart, the one thing I would like you to do today for anyone is to share that video. If it made you laugh, if it made you smile, if you thought it was funny or informative, send it in an email. Send a link to it and say, hey, have you checked this out? This guy's funny. Or have you heard of Cartnarks? Check out what they're doing. Send it to lawyers. Send it to somebody you know. I think that should go far and wide. And I'd love it if that were Matthew Harris's, like, if that were the video. If when you think of Matthew Harris, you're like, is he the guy that did the Cartnark video? That's what we need to happen. And you can make it happen. Honestly, we've got enough people. This is how the algorithm works. Seriously, this is a secret to YouTube. I'll expose all the secrets right here. Anytime you hear someone talking about the YouTube algorithm, replace the word algorithm with audience. And I'm stealing this from Mr. Beast. And this, if anyone would know, it would be him. Replace the word algorithm with audience. It's the YouTube audience. It's not that the algorithm didn't like the video. It's the audience didn't like the video. And if you're the audience and you like the video and you share it, guess what? The algorithm works. The audience works, and it goes out. So there you go. Also, here, great news. Cashette helped me during the break. That's why I was a little bit late, because I was doing a couple other things on clipping the sound effects. She helped me find out why the clip button was not working on the channel. If you're watching on, I believe it has to be on a computer, right? Or maybe on a phone. there's now a button that should appear at the bottom of our live stream that has little scissors and it says clip. If there's a little part you like of one of our live streams, maybe it might be a rant, maybe it might be a little sound effect or something like, you'll never believe what this defendant did in court. It could be, a defendant holding up a picture that he drew for the judge or something like that. You can click that clip button and you can export, you can grab that little clip and you can share it on any social media platform. You can share it in an email, you can share it in an X. What do you call a tweet now? I know it's a side thing, but I don't know what to say. Is it an X? Is it still a tweet now that it's not Twitter? I do need some water. You call it a mistake, says Cachette. A mistake is what happens when you take a well-known brand that everyone knows and loves and is familiar with the audience all over the world, and you change its name to something that people are not familiar with. That is a mistake. I have a good clip in mind from a bit back. Adam, let me know. I have to manually. The problem was I was mistakenly, I was including myself in the news category because, as we said, we're media, right? And so I was telling YouTube we're news. Well, news videos are not allowed to be clipped. So I had to let everyone know that we're also entertaining people. It's an entertainment video. And now they're able to be clipped. So if there's a video that you want to clip something from, we can go back and watch that. Amy says, all right, will you watch the Nevada versus Thomas Randolph, the widower murderer trial? Ooh, you caught my attention. Widower murderer. This guy sounds like a creep. Let's see. NV v. Thomas Randolph. Have we seen anything out of Nevada before? Man marries 6 women, only 2 survive. Ooh, 4 of his 6 wives are dead. His new trial, he was tried once before, so this is trial number 2.
Mr. Randolph, are you
Let's see.
on blue jeans? Mr. Bradford, can you hear anything going on in the room next door?
Yeah, I see him too. He's logged in as J945.
Okay, I'm looking at a little feed here. Mr. Randolph. JDC inmate hearing. When does this go to court? There's been a docuseries on this one as well. He's previously been sentenced to death for the murders, right? So he's getting a retry. Wonder why. He wore a Cowboys jersey to court. This guy's a real piece of work. Okay. Somebody explain to me what the schedule is on this. I should probably look in chat. You're probably answering all my questions and I'm ignoring it. Amber says we got the info. Are you at a place where you can call, Amber? Or is that not in the cards right now? I don't want you to drop work or anything. Ashley, I sent that to Thomas last night for the podcast about the nacho cheese spill on Arkansas Highway. Pictures are incredible. We were going to cover that, but I think we might do something else. We'll see. Now I have an obligation to entertain. Great. That's what I didn't want. I didn't want to feel responsible for your entertainment. Yeah, we've got to fix it. See, I think tweets are posts now because you repost, not retweet. I don't like that. I wanted tweets. I was attached to the bird. It's the social media site formerly known as Twitter. Oh, okay. Let's see, Mary, we're still looking for some trials. We've got some suggestions, some that are coming up. We tried to look into a couple for Texas. In Texas, I think this is Amber. It is. Hey, Amber, how's it going?
Good. How are you? I got to make this quick.
Okay,
If I just all of a sudden hang up, it's
your boss
because
walked
I have
in.
another call coming
Go
in.
on.
So the widower case, he's going to retrial for the 2008 case. He was sentenced to death in 2017 for the sixth wife murder, and I think her name was Sharon. And they overturned it in 2001, I think, for the state abusing its intent to admit prior bad acts. Like they abused that ability in that case, so they overturned it. So that's what this case is on, is the murder of his sixth wife. Four out of the six have been killed.
Two got away.
Two got away. Yeah.
That is crazy.
The second wife, he was acquitted of all the charges there for the second wife. I'm trying to kind of scan through what I've got already so I can.
Do we know when he goes to court? So
everything.
he's on death row, but he's being retried for a different crime.
Well, he was sentenced to death over the sixth wives murder.
And that's the one
And
that's on
that got
retrial.
overturned.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay, so he could go back on death row if he gets convicted again.
The retrial begins on Tuesday.
Ooh. And this is out of Vegas?
I know it's Nevada specifically. I'd have to double check. I think
There's
Vegas.
only like 3 cities in Nevada. Okay. I don't mean to insult anyone in Nevada, but really Nevada is a very wide open desert. You've got basically
no kidding.
Wendover, Reno, and Vegas, right? I think that's all you've got in Nevada. And there are a couple other, you've got like Pahrump and things like that, but nobody really is there. Everything else is just like a little a mining town stop, a station to fill up on gas while you're driving to the other towns. Anyway, Nevadans, here they come. My daughter lives in Reno, one of the 3 cities. What am I saying, Gail? Amber, thank you very much for that. Looks like it starts next week. That might be a possibility to look at. We'll dig into that one just a little bit.
Might be. I think Court TV may end up having a camera feed in there. I'm not 100% positive, but I'll
jury
see about
selection
sending
Monday.
the stuff I've got. I think they start jury selection tomorrow, possibly.
Let's see, opening hopefully Wednesday of next week. Kelly's saying maybe a little bit later, but okay, sounds good. We'll dig into that just a little bit. The widower dude, he may be the one. Thank you, appreciate it very much. Have a good one. We'll see you. Awesome. Okay. Kimar says, "Yay! Just ordered my hoodie and sticker. That's awesome. Thank you, Kimar. Did he go with the new design with the courthouses or the old, the big logo from what like that logo?" We're going to Vegas. If we go to Vegas, we have to stay in Vegas, though. Oh no, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I got that wrong. Yes, the courthouses. I love that one. That's a fun little design. I think it was Red Pen that suggested that. It's a great idea. Pahrump just let out a collective harumph. You know what Nevada does have? They have gold and silver, and a lot of it. Mining is a huge industry in Nevada. Okay. All right, you got the clip button, 2 buttons over from the like button. Good, Carol. Feel free to use that and make sure you tag me if you post something. I'd love to see it and see your channel and like whatever you post. so that'd be awesome. All right. Let's see where we are. We have first a little bit of homework on the widower, the Black Widower Thomas Randolph. We're going to do a quick court search. Okay, he's doing court. Nevada Supreme Court overturned the other death. Ooh, he's in a wheelchair. He's pretty old. Time has not treated him well type old. I don't know age-wise what he is, but I guess he's 68. Let's see, what court is this going to be in? I'm scanning. Man, the death of Randolph's second wife was initially considered suicide. The Utah authorities charged Randolph with murder based on information from one of his former friends, whom he later tried to have killed. This guy's a piece of work. Pleaded guilty to felony witness tampering. He was acquitted him of murder in 1989. Okay. It is the case Scarpetta. It is the Thomas Randolph case that we're talking about here. We're just doing a little digging. Carolyn, you have the clip. Wonderful. Have a FedEx delivery coming today. Could it be my shirt already? That would be awesome if it was. I'd have to dig into the orders to find your tracking number. There should be a tracking number with your order. Let's see. Well, six wives with 4 not being alive will likely age a guy. Let's see if we can find the court this is in. If anyone has a document on this, let's see. That's Regional Justice Center in Las Vegas. Randolph versus State. There's a Las Vegas crime con, and they're talking about it. Let's see. Where are we at? Judge Cedric is back, and we might bring him on while we're doing some homework. Is that cool if we do that? Let's try that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adam. Okay, I'm going to be researching this. If anyone sees the court this is that, let me know.
Yes. Your Honor, as to the Vega matter, Miss Pengel is present. She wanted to address bond after the plea. It's my understanding that she wants the no contact to be changed to a no non-consensual contact because of the children that they share together. And she is present on the Zoom.
And I understand that she may want that. I don't know what the people's position are. This court is not changing bond because, quite frankly, I listened to somebody trying to enter a plea that is trying to minimize his behavior, both in terms of what he did to her, as well as his conduct with police officers. I don't think it would have been set up for a plea in that fashion if he had just been courteous or really didn't mean to act the way that he did. So that motion, that request for a change in bond is denied. Thank you.
Thank you.
Court calls the case. People versus Andrew White.
Nicole Hughes on behalf of
Kenneth Overwater, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. White.
Mr. White, can you unmute and state your name, sir?
Andrew White.
Okay, we're going to shut his video because he's having bandwidth. Can you do that? All right, counsel, what are we doing on this?
I'm asking to adjourn the probable cause conference. The discovery was only made available to me this morning, so I haven't had an opportunity to review it with my client.
All right. Without objection, August 24th, 2023, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome, Mr. White. Court calls the case. People versus Cameron Wilson.
Nicole Hughes on behalf of the people.
Zachary Ward on behalf of Mr. Wilson. Mr. Wilson, can you please unmute and state your name?
Cameron Allen Wilson.
Thank you.
Okay, what are we doing?
Your Honor, we're requesting adjournment to review video discovery that we just received.
No objection.
August 24th, 2023, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Court calls the cases of the people versus Montel Drummer. 2 cases.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Michael Vincent on behalf of Montel Drummer, who's sitting next to me in my conference room. See, good afternoon to the judge and state your name.
Good afternoon, Judge. My name is Montel Drummer.
Alex Chabalowski for the people.
All right, what are we doing?
Your Honor, we're going to have to adjourn this. We're waiting for some videos. I believe somebody in my office did contact Mr. Chummel.
Chabalowski.
Yeah, okay.
Chabalowski.
Good luck.
And I believe hopefully we'll get the video soon. So if we could adjourn this for 3 weeks, if that's all right with the court and the prosecutor.
Good by me.
August 24th, 2023. 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Court calls the case of the people versus Marvin Holland.
Alex Chabalowski for the people.
Your Honor, Michael Vincent on behalf of Marvin Holland, who is coming into my conference room as we speak.
That going to be today? I'm just asking. Sorry, I'm just asking.
Have a seat there, Mr. Holland. And say good afternoon to the judge and state your name.
Good afternoon, Marvin Holland.
All right, very good. All right. What are we doing?
Your Honor, in this case, are we need videos. There's two different interviews of Mr. Holland. One in a in-car video, another one at an ATF station. So we would need an adjournment for 3 weeks. We should be able to get the videos by then.
Okay. August 24th, 2023, really 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court calls the case. People versus Nana Kwame. Is it Kauai?
Michael Doby for the people.
Your Honor, Michael Vincent on behalf of Mr. Kawaki, who's coming into my conference room as we speak.
Did you even get that name close to right? Or never mind. I'm just
No,
asking.
Your Honor. You did not, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
His assistant just outed
I didn't
him.
think he did. He kind of whatever.
Just like threw his name out there.
Say good afternoon to the judge and state your name.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. My name is Nana Kwame Kwate.
All right.
Mr.
That was
Kwache,
close to what Vincent said. All right. What are we doing on this one?
We are waiving this, hopefully to seek a HIDA in circuit court.
Sir?
What?
You've heard what your attorney has indicated, that you're waiving your right to a preliminary examination?
He's like, we're doing what?
Yes.
All right. You understand that that is a proceeding where the people would have to show by probable cause that the offenses alleged were committed and that you committed them.
Yes.
And you understand you'll not have that hearing and you'll proceed to circuit court for further resolution.
Yes.
People also waive their right.
We do.
Preliminary examination having been waived, defendant is bound over to circuit court on counts 1 and 2 with 3 and 4 following. Mr. Vincent.
Your Honor, stays mute to the charges and waives reading of them.
Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute, court will enter not guilty plea. Pretrial will be set for
September 12th at 1:30 with Judge Conkey.
September 12th, 2023, 1:30 before Judge Conkey.
Thank you. Get in the seat sometime before.
Bond continue.
Okay. Did you want?
That defendant had no idea what just happened.
Court calls case People versus Mohammed Niemer.
Maria Ursinski on behalf of the people.
Every time there's an intern, the prosecutor has to appear as well. So Caitlin shows up with her intern, Marie.
What the heck's he doing now?
Your Honor, Michael Vincent, on behalf of Mr. Niemer. I pronounced that correctly.
Only had 5 letters. All right. What are we doing? And sir, can you state your name, please?
Yes. Good afternoon, Your Honor. My name is Mohammed Abdul Jawad Nimmer.
All right. He's on a separate. Okay, got it. Okay. All right. What are we doing on this case?
Your Honor, we need to set a preliminary examination.
Preliminary examination in person. Turn the camera. What date works better, the 15th or 22nd for Mr. Vincent?
Let's see.
He knows that Mr. Vincent doesn't know his own calendar.
The 22nd, Your Honor.
Without objection. Preliminary examination in person, August 22nd, 2023, 9 a.m. before Judge Washington.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Bond, continue.
He agrees with his assistant. They sit in their cars because they're at work and they don't want to have
Court
everyone
calls the
work
case
here.
of the people versus Bobby Rich.
Michael Dobie for the people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Michael Vincent on behalf of Bobby Rich.
Bobby Rich.
Thank you, sir. All right.
He's wearing a pirate shirt.
We sent
What
a
are we doing?
discovery, Your Honor, we sent a discovery request on July 13th, and I think we're waiting for to receive that. We're out videos, if they exist. And that's the question I have.
Yes, Your Honor, we did respond. I think that it was Ms. Yermolenko who covered the last hearing and responded to her that there are no videos.
Vincent?
Your Honor, could we adjourn this for a week to PCC?
Well, why don't I put it with your other ones? August 22nd, August 24th, 2023, 9 a.m. And figure out what's going on there. All right. Bond,
Thank you,
continue.
Your Honor.
Thank you. Court calls the case. People versus Maria Williams.
Michael Dobie for the
Vincent
people.
Hour?
I didn't schedule it.
I call you. Okay. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. I haven't had this many cases with him in a row, and sort of painful. All right.
Your Honor, Michael Vincent on behalf of Ms. Williams.
Maria Williams. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. All right, what are we doing on this case?
We need to set this for a preliminary examination.
Preliminary examination in person, without objection, August 22nd, 2023, 9 a.m. And that will be before Judge Barr.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Bond will continue. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, I believe this
Yes,
is the last one I have today.
I can't say I have, well, never mind. I'm not going to say it. All right. Thank you, Mr. Vincent.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. That concludes the Vincent Hour. And so we'll be back at 3 o'clock to continue calling cases. Court's in recess.
Wow, that was a lot with Vincent. The Vincent Hour, as the judge called it. That's funny. That's really funny. Man. Okay, I'm trying to find the current court information for Thomas Randolph. I'm thinking it's 8th Judicial District Court out of Vegas. Let's see. I'm just not seeing anything current. Okay. If this one starts next week with jury selection, this would be a fun one to cover. He's a bit of a wild card, really. Nevada man facing retrial for the 2008 shooting deaths of his wife and the hitman he allegedly conspired with to kill her is due in court. You can't make this stuff up. Hey, Recover Addict, would you be interested in doing unsolved cases? Mrs. R.A., what do you have in mind? We could talk offline, but let's talk about it first online, because that would be more fun. Which case specifically? Are you talking like a Susan Powell type thing, or? Hey, come on in. Do you want to talk into the mic so everyone else can hear you? Hey, Mrs. R.A.'s got an idea for me. I'll let you hear.
I don't, actually. I'm just brainstorming here. I'm thinking for the times that there's nothing going on. Like, I just went through Law and Crime's calendar, and almost everything that looks slightly interesting has been kicked down the road to October. And so I think, all right, well, what could we do during the times when there's nothing really interesting going on? We could do civil cases, we could do unsolved, we could do old cases, we could do chases. I don't know, just kind of spitballing what would be interesting to do in these sort of downtimes.
I think I need to get you a mic. Yeah, we need to bring you on. We need a desk, a camera, and a mic just for you, which means we'll need at least one more light, but we'll make that happen. Unsolved Tupperware lids, or we're talking like missing socks from the washing machine or the dryer. These are also mysteries that need to be solved. Why can't teenagers clean their room? Did everyone get find the link to Matthew's video if you missed it during lunchtime? You can go to his channel and find it there on the latest video that he posted. It's a great video. Highly recommend you watch it. And not only just watch it, click the like button and share it with somebody. Post a link to it somewhere, put it on your Facebook. Entertain your friends. Let them know that not everything you watch is about creepy murders, right? Let them know we're normal. Okay. Ivan, let's do a pass on that for now. Although I do hear you have quite the collection. Christy G, not as much as me. I love her more. Let's see. A guest appearance by Mrs. R.A. We could do that. Missing set of extra keys is a cold case since 2021. Check to see if the dog ate them. Oh, sorry, Rudy. Did you hear that? If you have to say you're normal, what DMB? What are you saying? I'm just saying that we're not as strange as people think. Cold cases are cool. It gives our newbies time to catch up. Ivan, let's start a Mrs. R.A. setup fund. Get that lady a mic. I have almost all the equipment. We just need a boom arm. We could just scoot. We'd need to get you a chair. It's more important to get you a chair, so you wouldn't have to stand over there. I have a lazy boy. This is a lazy boy chair. It reclines. Let's see. Who needs a boom mic? You have 6 kids. Hold this for me for the next 2 hours. Right there. Don't move. Don't move. See, I love the local courts, Judge Boyd, etc. It's some great relief from the crazy stuff. Mellon, we're always going to follow some of those local courts. We have some of our favorites. Obviously, Stephanie Boyd, Judge Cedric is great. We've got a few others that we'll pop in on. I wish that we still had the arraignments out of was that Kentucky? Who was it that I can't remember. It's the guy who says, we use it in the sound effects. It's let's see. Who is this? The Your Charge guy. This guy.
Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping.
Who's that? Okay, buffer sound. I hear it before it happened. I saw it. I was reading chat. Let me take a quick peek. Message from Amber. I've got a ton of messages. Hang on.
I have no idea what he's talking about, but somebody says, tag, say, I say that we watch DB highlights. That way people understand social cases. So here's the thing. When we first started this channel, you like how it's all we right now? As soon as things go bad, this is Scott's channel. Right now it's good, it's ours. But we really thought that, so we applied to become monetized on YouTube. And YouTube said, oh, no, you can't because you've got a video that is somebody else's video. And we thought, what video are you talking about? And so we're looking around and there are two options. There is a cup thing. Scott has this plastic cup and, oh, he will show you right now. In this plastic cup are a whole lot of those are bead balls or something like that. It's a chain, and it's kind of a cool effect. If it goes over the edge, it jumps up high above the rim of the cup and on its way down. And it's just cool. It's just a little video that he posted on TikTok, and then it did really well on TikTok, so he posted it over on his YouTube channel, and it did okay on YouTube. And then we had all of the DB videos, and so we looked at it and we said, well, it's one or the other, and it takes a month to every time you say, hey, YouTube, can we please be friends? It takes forever for them to get around to saying yes or no. And so we just deleted all of the Daryl Brooks things just in case that's what it was. It wasn't. It was the ball chain thing. But now we have no video of Scott going over Daryl Brooks, and that was quite the case. So that might be interesting. I don't know how many of you would be interested in going back and doing that one. Actually, I think Brandy did. We might not want to step on her toes, but anyway, that's interesting.
Wait, guys. Hello?
Hello? Yes, hello, good day, sir. My name is Mia, and I'm calling from the travel support LB 24/7. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
All right, well, that sounds great to hear. Well, by the way, I'm calling you in regards to a large amount of a travel credit that you have on file with us. And my job here is just to close out all expired accounts. And that is why I wanted to touch base with you because I didn't feel comfortable closing it out without at least giving you one last opportunity to use these funds. Well, sir, by any chance, you do still see yourself traveling at some point in the future, right?
I have a travel credit?
Yeah, is this Dwayne?
Yeah.
Dwayne Byrne?
Uh-huh.
Yes. Well, actually, sir, I'm calling about your unused vacation package that is set to close out.
Oh,
so
I've
basically,
forgotten
your
about
account
that.
was just sent to us.
Oh,
And that is
man.
why we're calling you because we don't want to see you lose the money that your investment will go to waste.
No.
So what we're
Don't wanna
doing
lose
for you... Yeah, so you do still see yourself traveling in the future, right?
I was looking, this morning I was looking up destinations to go. I'm trying to go actually to the Bahamas.
Bahamas.
Mhm.
Is it all the destination that you want to go? Because absolutely, so you can pick 3 destinations out of 40 cities.
Well, I would like to go there, but here's the catch. I don't want to come back. Do you have like one-way packages?
Like you're just going to stay in the Bahamas, is that correct?
Yeah, like you can book me for the whole trip, but I just won't be on the boat when it comes back. I'll just stay there. Is that an option?
Like, what do you mean, sir? Can you explain or can you expand further?
Honestly, there's some law issues, some legal issues where people are saying I did some things that I don't think I did, and I'm trying to get out of the U.S. as quick as possible. If I could get to the Bahamas, I mean, how soon could we arrange the trip?
Okay, we will book the travel We will book your travel right now as soon as possible, and I will have my promotional directors to further to see about this. Is that okay?
Could we put it under a different name? I'm worried that do I have to use my own name?
Okay. Well, if you don't want to use your real name, maybe that's fine. And as I've said, sir, my promotional director will be the one to take care for you.
All right. Thanks for helping me on this.
So,
This means so much to me. Thank you.
Okay. Well, let me just pull up the rest of the information here about the travel package, and after this, I will let you transfer to the other line, so they will be the one to further assist you. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right. So this package, okay, so just to let you know, the first thing we need to cover here is this package is good for a lifetime. So, which means even if it takes you more than 6 months or 6 years to use this travel package, you can.
Oh, I'm going to
and
need to
there's no
use it
rush.
right away. I'll use it right away.
Okay, all right. Okay, noted. All right. So now what we are doing for you today here is we're going to unlock these destinations, and you will have what's called our VIP destinations. So you said that you wanted to go to Bahamas. So is that the only destination that you want to go, right?
We can stop somewhere else
Okay,
on the way, but I
perfect.
really need to just as soon as I can. You guys don't check for warrants or anything when you're signing people up, do you?
Well, actually, sir, I am only a verifier here, and I don't want to give you misinformation about this package. But don't worry, I have my promotional director, and they will be the one to further assist you about your concern and question after this, okay?
Okay. Man,
All
this is
right.
perfect.
So to continue, you will also receive all-inclusive cruise with a 6 days and 5 nights of accommodations. But as you said that you wanted to go like what did you said earlier?
Just
That
as
you
soon as
wanted
possible.
to.
I don't really care about
Yes,
the amenities.
okay.
I'm really going to be staying in my cabin until we reach international waters. I don't want like anyone to see or anything.
Okay. All right. Okay, so sir, looking at your account here, and it looks like the travel credit that you have on the file pretty much pays for everything here. So all the upgrades, even your accommodations and destinations, are no extra cost. So the only thing outstanding here is only your one-time booking fee.
Okay, I can pay all the fees. It doesn't matter. Do you guys mind if
All
there's
right,
a little bit
okay.
of dye on the money? My money got dirty a little
Okay.
bit. It just has some red dye, but it's still good.
No, all right. Okay. Well, so I want you to keep your lines open just for a second, and I'm going to transfer you now to the promotional directors. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Is that okay with you now?
That's great. Yeah.
Okay. So all of your questions and concerns, just ask them about it, okay? And they will be the one to further assist you with that.
All right. I'll ask them.
Just stay on the line, okay?
Excellent.
Hi, good afternoon. Am I speaking to Mr. Bourne?
Yes, Dwayne. Yep.
Hey, Dwayne, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. This is actually the best news. I was actually looking for a trip. I'm trying to get out of the country right now. She hung up. She wasn't buying it. She's like, wait, I know this voice. It sounds too good to be true. Oh man, I almost had them aiding and abetting a fleeing fugitive. That's what we had. We were gonna set them up for the big fall. Oh man. Anyway, what was Mrs. R.A. saying before that? Thank you I appreciate you guys. I cannot tell you. I appreciate so much the prompts as you guys are suggesting things to say, because there are times that my mind just goes blank when we're on the phone and with the prank caller. I'm like, I just don't know what to say. I don't know what. It was the same lady from yesterday. She recognized me. Oh man. Oh, that's good. All right, now's a good time to use that clip button. Anyway, let's see. I missed the link to Ivan's fashion channel, Recovery Addict. I tried undies, but that was a mistake. Perry Mason. Keep trying, Perry Mason. You'll find it. It's out there somewhere. All right. I will do that every time we have a scam caller. They think my name is Dwayne Bond, and I'm sure there's a Dwayne Bond out there that lived in Utah at some time. I never lived at the address they think I lived at, and they do one of two things. They either say I have a travel credit that's due to me, and that I want to pay. And I was trying to lead on to the fact that allegedly had robbed a bank and had like dye stained money that I wanted to pay with. I was trying to work that in slowly, but I think I might have overdone it there at the beginning. Anyway, so they think that I have this extra travel credit. It's a scam. Really, they're just trying to steal money from me. And then the other one is they think that I own some property that's under some sort of foreclosure or, in distress, and they're trying to buy it out from under me for next to nothing. And those are fun. Those are fun as well. Okay. A Sam's Tide delivery. Okay, well, at least when the shirt arrives, you can keep it clean, Paul-Mac. That helps. All right. Sorry, Mrs. R.A., for rudely interrupting you, but when I got that call and it said Travel Center as the caller ID, I'm like, I know what this is. Oh, man. Okay. All right. Where were we? We were talking about a couple ideas for the channel as far as what we could cover. We've got a court case. We've got the Black Widower, which looks like it begins next week. And it's a retrial. And it's always fun to do a retrial because basically we can go back and find the records from the first trial and get a lot of information and see how it compares to the new trial. That was good. Amber just sent an attachment, case info for Nevada Supreme Court. Supreme Court's where they overturned it. That's the appeal. That's all the appeal information. But I need to see the actual court. Let's see. The prior bad act was how it got appealed. It's going to be in Clark County. We need to find the Clark County Courthouse is what we need to do. That's what we need to search. So we're going to start doing a little bit of Googling here. Let's see. I think you mentioned using StreamYard and interviewing some of us. Yes, we can do that. We have StreamYard now that my computer is cold because it's not overheating for being in like 90-degree rooms. It seems to be functioning a lot better. So StreamYard should work a little better for that. Had a chimney sweep service call me yesterday. I actually have 2 chimneys built in like the 1915, so I need somebody to come check them out. I'm never going to use them. They're coal fireplaces. Okay, let's see. What's up, Samantha? Thanks for being here. Just sent it to you. Okay, Amber, I just saw it said Supreme Court. Hold tight. That's not it. Oh, widower summary. Got it. It just took a second to arrive. All right, here's what we need to do. State of Nevada versus Thomas Randolph. Felony gross misdemeanor, homicide. There's our case number. Lower court case number. Got a lot of numbers. Okay. Supreme Court number. We have the attorneys, defendant and plaintiff. He's hired his own attorney. He retained his own attorney. So it's not a public defender. Conspiracy to commit murder, first-degree murder with the use of a deadly weapon, first-degree murder with the use of a deadly weapon, and murder with use of a deadly weapon. So 4 charges is what he's facing. All 4 are felonies. Committed, well, the date is 1900, so something's wrong there. I don't think that was that long ago. He's old, but not that old. Okay, other events. Okay, let me get up to the bottom because that's current. 32 pages of info. Amber, thank you. You came through on this one. Jury trial, 9 a.m. on the 7th. Reset by court to 8/8. So the 8th of August, we're going to have the jury trial begin at 9 a.m. in Nevada. So that's 2 hours different. That means it starts at 11 o'clock our time. Okay. So now we need to do some, that gives us a couple days. Let's see. Let's do a quick search. Lens won't work on that. Come on, open in Safari. Find on page, media. Media request and order for camera access to court proceedings. Document ID number 10. So we need document ID number 10. Has anyone seen how to get that here? You have to read their order. Amber, do you happen to have the access to the documents on that one, specifically number 10? Call about your raccoon problem. SPCA, dog catcher, game warden will wait and listen. The raccoon's gone. I don't have a problem anymore. It did not get into our garbage. We took some pictures of it. My son did anyway. It did not look rabid. I mean, it was like coming towards me, but just because it was cornered, I think. Ivy. Some of us might be hesitant to reveal some of those things. Let's do a poll to get to know each other. Who did a crime? Who did jail time? Who murdered anyone? Murdered anyone? Maybe it's better we don't know. So lie. I would hate to cause problems if I were to call first of all, if I were to call like an animal control and report like a rabid raccoon, that's a danger to the community. I mean, there are kids that play and stuff like that, so I can't do that. But if I did have a rabid raccoon, I would call and to be like, it would definitely bring you along for that. Okay, let's go back to Judge for a minute while I search this court. He's going to be popping back in about 2 minutes. Judge Cedric, it looks like got it. We've got a ceiling fan. Mark has a ceiling fan. That's good. Should be good. Bless you.
Thanks.
So thanks.
Mm-hmm. He's like, "Are you logged in?" I'm like, "Yep."
You're logged in and you're not muted. Okay, so let me pull up this case.
Want me to say? Does it say I am?
Yes. I know, I'm pretty sure it is.
Bless you. Seriously? ChatGPT? They're hiring a robot to replace you. That's what's happening. Brush up on the resume while you get a chance. City's crazy. That's not a good sign. Okay. Media request and order. Okay, that was way back in 2009. There's got to be a newer one. It's 58 references. Holy cow. The last one was yesterday. We'll add to that.
What are you doing?
Answering his questions.
What do you say?
I am on mute.
I am Iron Man. Select your role.
This is why I hate this.
You don't like it either.
Mute.
Yes.
You're mute.
It said I am on mute. On the iPad it says Anthony Edgewood. So it's because it's my mom's iPad.
I am on mute. No, you're not. I agree to the terms. Email you a copy. Add payment option. Yay.
Whoever is talking, we can hear you. Please mute yourself. Thank you.
They're like, good thing it's not us, but it is. Hope this isn't too expensive because I'm just putting my card on here. Okay, no, don't update. Now we search for court records. Yeah, I'm looking at doc 450 something. I'm just trying to get a copy of that so I can mimic it when I file it with the court to get access as well. I can't find their document search. Why is that being such a bugger? Sorry, for those who are over there, England. Trying to find the form for this for 8th Judicial. Oh, media request form. There we go. 8th Judicial Court. Found it. Complete this form. It's important that you include this in the subject line. Okay, so it must contain the full case number. I need to see a completed one. All right. The judge is a little late starting this this block. Trying to cover up the lady who's spinning the camera or whatever she's doing. Is she driving? Is that a steering wheel? That's a steering wheel. It's that or a stroller. I think it's a steering wheel. She's at a drive-thru. She's picking up her Starbucks. I've never pied my pants before. I'm not sure what that means. I think spell check gotcha. Maybe a little music. I don't know. The judge is going to start. If I start the music, Mark's got us a ceiling fan. That's awesome. Okay. Steering wheel girl was a no-show yesterday. Does that mean there's a bench warrant out for her today? She's most definitely driving. Oh, now she's out and walking. Walking into the restaurant in camo to complain about her order, I think. Okay, so let me show you what I'm seeing really quickly in that Randolph case as I'm trying to get this sorted. Just 1 second. Let's get rid of this. We're going to leave judge's mic on. Come over here really quickly. Okay, so this is the document, my instructions for the 8th Judicial District Court of Nevada media request procedure. This is what we have to do to get access. It's saying you follow this link, fill out this form, then email it to the department which the hearing and trial is scheduled to be held. So we have to do a little more research to find where that is. But it's important you include this in the subject line, and it gives you the bold. But don't include that. Even though it's highlighted and says include that, you have to include the name. The subject line of the email must contain the full case number, filing event code, and the name of the document. So we've got A-20 12345-C -MROR Smith vs. Doe. So we have to figure out what that is. The easiest way to do that is to just find somebody else who's filled out this form, like some other media outlet. It could be Law and Crime, Court TV, CNN. It could be any news outlet. And find that. So if we can get the access to the records, then I will know how to fill out this form right here, because that's the one I have to fill out right here. And it has all my rules and signatures, and it's hereby ordered that I have to obey. This is how you get access to a court. I'm trying to help you guys out. This is as behind the scenes as it gets. This is the homework I have to do on all these cases. Anyway, we're going to go back to the judge really quickly as he's about to come in and see how this goes. So if anyone can find the 8th District Court, specifically document requests, let's see. If it's online so I can just pay a little money and get a copy of the document, that would be great. Let me also read the media guidelines for camera coverage of proceedings. There's also Nevada Supreme Court rules for trial coverage, so I have to comply with both of those. I'll have to read and obey with those. Okay, it's only 3 pages on one. Local media shall select a media representative who shall be designated as a representative with whom the court may consult. They serve for 6 months, and they work to coordinate pooling arrangements. Okay, so that's cool. Media requests from all radio, print, and television requesting to photograph, record, audio, or video record, or to broadcast a case live must be submitted to the court information at least 72 hours before a hearing commences. We're getting close on that. The court information officer will prepare the order, notify the attorneys, and deliver it to the appropriate judge. Media requests submitted less than 72 hours of a hearing may be approved at the discretion of the judge if good cause can be shown. Upon approval or disapproval, the media request by the judge, the court information officer will notify the requested media. In the case of a disapproval, the court information officer will supply the media with the official written denial, including the reasons for the denial. Access to the court at the lower level has been granted to credentialed media by the chief judge. I have credentials. I made them myself. Chief judge at the discretion of the presiding judge, hearing master, or commissioner. Credentialed media includes working media with credentials from their employer. I have one from my employer. Only one television pool camera will be allowed in the arraignment room, and video copies must be made to all media participating in the pool. More than 2 print cameras must be arranged in a pool system. Coordination must be arranged by the media representative. This information must be communicated to the court information officer. Media must notify the court information officer 24 hours in advance of plans to bring cameras to a hearing in the arraignment court by phone, fax, or email. When more than one member of the print media or more than one member of the broadcast media has received written approval to bring cameras or other equipment into court, the court information officer will alert the media representative, who will then coordinate the pool activity. The pool representatives must contact the court marshal to coordinate location of the equipment, including still cameras, video cameras, microphones, as well as location of pool personnel. Live court does not mediate disputes involving pool coverage and pool participation. Placement is at the discretion of the judge. To participate in the pool coverage of court proceedings, trials, and hearings, all individual media outlets must have a separate court-approved media request filed with the court prior to. Okay, we need a media request filed with the court prior to the court proceedings. In the case of a trial, the judge, for good cause, may grant permission to join the pool on the next calendar day of a trial. Parking is to be arranged by media.
The 14th District Court is now in session. All those having business before the court draw near. The Honorable Judge J. Cedric Simpson presiding.
Court does call the case of the People State of Michigan versus Ferris Broden.
Bueller.
Marie Rosinski on behalf of the people.
Afternoon, Your Honor. May it please the court. Ezra Goldman on behalf of Mr. Broden.
All right. And sir, can you state your name?
Ferris Broden.
All right. All right. What are we doing today on this?
Well, Your Honor, if this is also set for an arraignment, we'll waive reading and stand mute.
I think he's already been arraigned.
Okay.
So we're here at BCC.
Your Honor, I've had some discussions by email with the prosecutor, and we need to tie up a couple of knots. I'd like to ask the court if we can adjourn this BCC.
All right. Without objection. Probable cause conference will be adjourned August 24th.
Your Honor, I do have one bond question. Your Honor, we were here probably within a month on Mr. Broden because he had another case, and the court has him testing on that case, but he just entered into a sobriety court program in the within the district court in Taylor, and they have him on a tether. So I'd like to ask the court to consider discontinuing his testing because he's on a tether anyway. And of course, the tether people can report to this court.
Well, I have him on a sober length.
Yes. So he's testing periodically on the sober length, but as of a day or two ago, he's also wearing a alcohol tether.
All right. So, I mean, the way to handle that, counsel, would be to talk to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure they're not going to want him just dual testing. And see if you guys can come up with a stipulated order to make sure the results or any violations would be reported to this court.
Okay, no problem.
All right.
Thank you for that, Your Honor.
August 24th, 9 a.m. or as your Zoom invite indicates, bond will continue. Thank you.
Thanks, Your Honor. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Court calls the case of the people versus Ratiba Farha.
Good. Nicole Hughes on behalf of the people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Chris Easthope appearing on behalf of Ms. Farha, who is present on Zoom.
Good afternoon. Ms. Farha, can you state your name, please? Yeah. Okay. All right. What are we doing on this? I do, Mr. Easthope, I don't know if you have it. I do have a bond violation report.
I'd like to say I don't, Your Honor, but I do have it.
Okay. All right.
Your Honor,
Defense counsel. Oh, sorry, you go ahead.
Go ahead, Ms. Hughes.
Thank you. Defense counsel and I have been in communication. I think we've reached resolution of this matter. However, we've reached resolution during the docket today. So if we could adjourn this so I could type up the plea form, get a plea hearing going. In terms of the bond violation, I asked Mr. Easthope to have his client report to and test with community corrections, and contingent on that, I would make an offer. I understand that she has gone to community corrections and tested. I don't think we have the updated test results though, but I did tell Mr. Easthope, essentially my goal was just to get her back with community corrections and let's get rolling from there. I didn't care what the results were, just get her in there. But from here, now she has to remain compliant and start testing negatives so that we can move forward with that plea and ultimately a sentence.
Your Honor, that is correct. Ms. Hughes and I did talk about it. I don't have great excuses to give the court about it. She initially tested when she was first arraigned. Then, because of some issues going on in her personal life and her financial ability, her phone was shut off, and I can confirm that because I couldn't get a hold of her. So I think the community corrections was calling the number that was disconnected. I told my client, though, that it was still her responsibility to get down to community corrections to get tested. I think that she can confirm to the court that she did go yesterday. My client, I have been in touch with her. We're working through ways with her insurance provider to get her into an outpatient treatment program. She's struggling. I think she needs not just outpatient substance abuse treatment, but she needs some trauma treatment also. So we're working on getting all that done, and I hope she can expect to give you some negative tests moving forward.
Okay, real good. And it sounds like you guys are in communication, and that's what I was going to ask. When did she test? Because the last test on this report was the 31st, but you said she went yesterday, and so I wouldn't have the result. So what I'll do is I'll adjourn the probable cause out to August 17th, 9 a.m., and then hopefully we can resolve it. All right, folks?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Court calls the case, People versus Aaron Gaucher.
Alexander on behalf of the people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Alexandria Taylor on behalf of Roche, present via Zoom.
All right. Mr. Roche, can you state your name, please?
Yes, sir. Aaron Gaucher.
All right. All right. What are we doing on this case?
Your Honor, can we set it for exam?
You can certainly do that.
Thank you, Judge.
Preliminary examination in person. You have any objection to the 21st or 22nd? I can give you the 15th if you'd like.
The 22nd is good, Your Honor. What time?
9 a.m. in person.
9 a.m. in person. Your Honor, my client.
22nd, 2023, 9 a.m. That will be before Judge Washington.
Before Judge Washington. So, Your Honor, can I make one request? My client lives out of state. Is he able to appear via Zoom?
I can't make that decision. You would have to contact Judge Washington's chambers and see whether or not she would permit it to proceed that way.
Alrighty. 8:22 at 9 a.m. And I'll do that, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Bond will continue with its conditions. Thank you.
That's all for me today, Your Honor.
All righty. Cinda, you take care.
You too. Have a good
Always a
weekend.
pleasure. You too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Court calls the case, People versus Anthony Hatch.
Maria Rosinski on behalf of the people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. For the record, my name is Jeffrey Bennett. I'm appearing with and on behalf of Mr. Hatch today. Mr. Hatch, can you state your name for the court, please?
Anthony Hatch.
Okay, what are we doing?
Your Honor, I do have all the discovery at this time. I'd ask for a preliminary exam be set based upon the prior case. I would ask that it be set for the 15th. I have a conflict on the 22nd.
Preliminary examination, August 15th, 2023, 9 a.m. before Judge Valvo.
Thank you, Your Honor.
In person. Bond continued. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. And that's it for me today, too.
Oh, you're all out of here. Okay. All right. Take care.
You too.
Court calls the case, People versus Raphael Holman. Isn't that all done?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Natalie Brookins appearing on behalf of the people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Deborah Schlossel on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Raphael Holman. Mr. Holman, please state your name for the record.
Raphael Holman.
And what are we doing on this case?
Your Honor, we are setting this matter for an exam. I know we're not supposed to pick dates, but I cannot do the 15th. The 22nd will be good.
Judge,
Will that
this
work
is the
for the
case with
people?
this is the case with the co-defendant, Douglas Johnson, who this morning adjourned his PCC to August 24th.
Correct.
These need to be held for exam on the same date so that the complainant only has to come in to testify once. It's a continuous course of conduct between the two. defendants.
Your Honor,
Ms. Sullivan?
Your Honor, the 24th, I do have two hearings in the morning at 8:30 and 9 in Macomb County Circuit Court. If I can come late, I can make it.
Well, I can't set it. It's set for PCC on the 24th. They
Oh,
adjourned
the PCC. Oh, I'm sorry.
Why don't I do this? Court will find good cause based upon what's been stated. I'm going to adjourn the probable cause to the 24th. Can we try to make sure these two go together? That are these in the same time block. I don't know how we track that.
Yes, I can make myself a note. They got split because one was a PD, I believe.
Okay.
But yeah, I will, yeah.
We'll try to make sure these end up in the same time block. I can't guarantee it, but we're going to do it best we can. And I'll set that at 9 a.m. or as your Zoom invite indicates. Counsel, when you get the Zoom information, particularly for the prosecutor, if you see that they're split, let my staff, Ms. Wiley, know, and then we'll try to bring it together. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Bond will continue in this case. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Court calls the case. The People versus Michael Johnson.
Michael Dobie for the People.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Marcia Craich here on behalf of Mr. Johnson. Michael Johnson, can you please state your name?
Michael Johnson.
Oh, there he is. Okay. What are we doing?
Well, Your Honor, I guess I'm a little confused. We would like to waive up to circuit court to take advantage of the felony drug court, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Johnson, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that a preliminary examination is a proceeding where the people would have to show by probable cause that the offense alleged was committed and that you committed it.
Yes.
And you understand that you'll not have that hearing. You'll proceed to circuit court for further resolution.
Yes, Your Honor.
People also waive their right?
The People waive, Your Honor. I just want to make clear we have not agreed to felony drug court in this case. That we could have once it's waived up there, but it's not. This waiver would not be conditioned on him being admitted into that.
And Your Honor, to be transparent, okay, we have a little bit of an issue. Okay. Go ahead, Mr.
Who?
That he was that he should be in the jail right now because the court ordered him to report.
Yes,
on
that is correct.
July 20th, and he's not there.
Yes, that is correct. And so, Your Honor, I wanted to be transparent and, tell the court
Yes,
that.
he was supposed to report to the jail.
Big deal.
So why
Bench
are we
warrant.
doing this? And why isn't he at the jail?
Well, the reason why we are doing this is because hopefully we can get up to felony drug court. That's the waiver part
Why
of this.
isn't he at the jail?
He explains to me that the reason why he is not at the jail is that it would be a loss of employment. He works for an apartment complex where his housing is tied to his employment. So not only would he lose his housing, he would also lose his job. And he is telling me he'd be willing to test today.
Oh, so I order somebody to jail. Counsel doesn't put that right out there at the very beginning, which you should have, Ms. Cracher. And now you want me to negotiate with him.
I'm
Really?
asking you to consider.
No,
Your
I'll tell you what, I'm going to give him another date. He better get himself to the jail.
Your Honor, I want court to be clear. I instructed him to do that on several occasions.
Well, we may just have to go get him.
He's going to drop off Zoom.
I'll adjourn it out 2 weeks, but he better get himself to the jail. Well, he was supposed to be there the 24th, I think it was.
I believe it was 2 weeks ago, Your Honor.
Here goes a warrant.
But he decides he's going to do it his way. So I'll adjourn it out. Bench warrant will issue, no bond.
Bench warrant, no bond.
So
Boom.
if he stopped, we'll get him.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case, People versus Mark Stopke.
Michael Johnson's going to have a bad week.
Alex Chabalowski for the people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. David Chan on behalf of Mark Stopke, who is appearing via Zoom. Mark, can you please state your name for the record?
Hi, Your Honor. This is Mark Stopke.
Okay, what are we doing?
Your Honor, we're going to waive the preliminary examination and proceed to circuit court. We believe that's the best way to get Mark into felony drug treatment court.
Sir, you understand what your counsel just indicated?
Yes, sir, I do.
You understand that a preliminary examination is a proceeding where the people have to show by probable cause that the offense alleged was committed and that you committed it?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you'll not have that hearing and you'll proceed to circuit court for further resolution?
Yes, Your Honor.
People also waive their right?
Yes.
Preliminary examination having been waived, defendant is bound over on a single count.
We'll waive formal reading. Defendant will stand mute.
Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute. Court will enter not guilty plea. Pretrial will be set for
September 13th at 1:30 with Judge Conlon.
September 13th, 2023, 1:30 before Judge Conlon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bond will continue. Thank you. Court calls the case of the People versus Marshall Thomas.
Nicole Hughes on behalf of the people.
Amber, thank you for your help. Yeah,
Good
go back to
afternoon,
work.
Your Honor. Tiffany Hughes here on behalf of Mr. Marshall Thomas.
Mr. Thomas, can you state your name, please?
Yes, sir. Marshall Thomas. Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. All right, what are we doing on this case?
We'd like to set this for a preliminary examination, Your Honor.
Preliminary examination will be August 15th, 2023, 9 a.m. That's before Judge Valvo.
Is it Malvo or Valvo? I'm sorry.
I'm sure the Chief Judge of the 15th District Court would love that you cannot pronounce her name. It's Valvo, V-A-L-V-O.
Okay, thank you.
I'll let her know that you don't know who she is. All right, thank you. Bond continued.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Court calls the case. People versus Brandon White.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Grace Broughton appearing on behalf of the people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Robert Andretz appearing on behalf of Brandon Wick. We are both appearing via Zoom and we have no objection to appearing by Zoom. Mr. Wick, will you please state your name for the record?
Brandon Wick.
All right, very good. All right, what are we doing today?
Well, Your Honor, Ms. Broughton and I have had an opportunity to discuss the case, and there are still some photographs that neither party has in our possession. She has already emailed the Sheriff's Department to try to get those photographs between now and another date. So we'd just be asking for the court to set it for August 31st, if possible, because I believe Ms. Broughton has some travel coming up here, and we're trying to accommodate that.
Thank you, Mr. Andres. And yes, Your Honor, that's all true.
Funny. So he picked a date, blamed it on Broughton, and then and it's really for him. I see what he was doing. No, that's fine. That's fine. He was acting like he was Mr. Nice Guy.
It does happen to work for me too, but yes.
Oh yeah. By the way, I'm good. All right. August 31st, 2023, 9 a.m. Bond will continue.
Thank you very much, Judge.
Thank you, folks. Court calls the case. People versus Ryan Wojcik Andrews.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Grace Broughton appearing on behalf of the people and standing in for the attorney of record, Amy Reiser.
And good afternoon, Your Honor. Uwe Dawes appearing with and on behalf of Mr. Wojcik Andrews. Ryan, would you please unmute and identify yourself? There he is.
His name is Ryan Wojcik Andrews.
Thank you. Judge, we have long been in discussion with the prosecutor's office about how to resolve the case. We received the last word, I understand, on that today, a couple of hours ago, and leaving no time yet to discuss it in depth with Mr. Wojcik Andrews and the family. You may understand it's a mental health case and a serious decision to be made. I would ask for one more and not too long an adjournment. If we could be back in 2 weeks, then we will know what we'll do.
Without objection, August 17th, 2023, 9 a.m. Your Zoom invite indicates bond continued.
Very good.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you. Court calls the case, People versus John Fleming.
Alex Chabalowski on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, good afternoon. Joe Simon on behalf of Mr. Fleming. Mr. Fleming, will you unmute and state your name? Your Honor, I'm not sure I saw him, to be honest. See?
Really? A Simon client that didn't show?
Yeah, that's
I know.
actually is unusual. Yeah, Your Honor, I have a number
great
of
pleasure to issue the bench warrant.
Well, Your Honor, I have a number of matters, and I'm going to have Ms. Yu in the background try to locate him, please, if that's all right. If we could just pass this.
Fine.
He's fighting for his client. Should be a bench warrant.
Mark that down that we get something nice for Simon. Court calls the case, People versus John Hagan.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Grace Burton appearing on behalf of the people and standing in for the attorney of record, Amy Reiser.
And Your Honor, Joe Simon on behalf of Mr. Hagan. Mr. Hagan, will you please state your name?
John Hagan.
Okay, there he is. All right. What are we doing?
Your Honor, Ms. Reiser and I spoke. Ms. Reiser is visiting a request I have made from her, I should say, pardon me. And so I'm hesitant to say this, but she has asked me to request a date. I think maybe I should have Ms. Broughton request a date here. But
as far as I know, Miss Reiser's not going on vacation.
Wow.
He'll be covering all of my cases.
Wow.
She has asked me.
She seems so nice with that smile, and then bam. But anyway, go ahead.
She asked me about August 31st. I'm available if the court would consider putting it over to that date.
Why not? Everybody's going to be here, huh? All right. Without objection, probable cause. August 31st, 2023, 9 a.m. or your Zoom invite indicates bond will continue.
Corey Richens does have a court date
much.
today. She will not be there. But we're trying to get the footage anyway.
Court calls the case, People versus Richard Herman.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Grace Burton appearing on behalf of the people, standing in for the attorney of record, Amy Reiser.
And Your Honor, Joe Simon on behalf of Mr. Herman. Mr. Herman, will you please state your name for the record?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Richard Herman.
What are we doing?
Your Honor, really the exact same request. Ms. Reiser and I are in discussions, and she's asked to put the matter over to that same date of August 31st to contemplate my proposals. Also, there's some continuing discovery.
Understood. August 31st, 2023, 9 a.m. Bond continue.
Perfect. Thank you, Judge.
Court calls the case, People versus Jesse Johnson.
Nicole Hughes on behalf of the people.
And Your Honor, Joe Simon on behalf of Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson, will you please state your name for the record?
Yes, sir. Jesse Johnson.
All right. And what are we doing on this one?
Your Honor, Ms. Hughes notified me, I'll say yesterday, the day before, that there's some additional discovery and potentially leading to different charges. So she and I are going to talk about that. And Ms. Hughes, how long of period of time do you think you would want to revisit these issues?
At least 2 weeks, but whatever date Judge Simpson feels comfortable giving us.
See, that's how it's supposed to be. That's why we need a Hughes back. That's why. See, that's how you treat a judge. You know, that's what I'm saying.
You.
Everybody else says, I'm
that.
picking my date. I'm doing this. See, that's how it works. Thank you, Ms. Hughes.
Of course.
We can do the 24th or the 31st. Which one do you like?
Either works for me, Mr. Simon.
Same. Since I have already matters on the 31st,
I don't care about,
how about
Simon.
the 24th?
Will the 31st work for you, Ms. Hughes?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's the date we'll pick for Ms. Hughes. August 31st, 2023, 9 a.m. is your bond. As your Zoom invite indicates, Bond continued. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case. People versus Brian Kovalars. We had the Vincent hour. This is the Simon hour. Yeah, so peanuts.
Michael Doby for the people.
Your Honor, Joe Simon on behalf of Mr. Kovalars. Mr. Kovalars, will you state your name, please?
Brian Kovalars.
Right.
And Your Honor, in this case, we're asking the court to set the matter for in-person preliminary examination. Both parties have consulted their respective witnesses and their professional calendars, and we have a date, Your Honor. I hate to suggest, but what if I said Mr. Doby picked the date?
That would be a
okay,
lie.
that'll work. It's you. That's the problem.
Your Honor,
I've agreed to the date suggested by Mr. Simon.
That's more accurate. September 12th, if the court will approve.
And that does work for our victim.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll do it. September 12th, preliminary examination in person, September 12th, 2023, 9 a.m. before Judge Barr.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Bond continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case. People versus Andrew Olson.
Alex Chabalowski for the people, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, Joe Simon on behalf of Mr. Olson. Mr. Olson, will you unmute and state your name, please?
Andrew Olson.
Your Honor, in this case, I've submitted to the courts and to the people a referral order for criminal responsibility examination. I also supplied a notice of intent to assert that defense. I'm asking the court to adjourn the probable cause conference in considerable length of time, as long as 60 days, to allow for that examination.
All right.
No objection.
I ordered the forensic evaluation because I guess technically that's what I'm doing. Then I'll set a probable cause for September 28th, 2023, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor. And Mr. Fleming is now in the meeting.
Court calls the case. People State of Michigan versus John Allen Fleming.
Alex Chabalowski for the people.
Your Honor, Joe Simon on behalf of Mr. Fleming. Mr. Fleming, will you state your name, please?
John Fleming.
Your Honor, in this case, I just substituted in at the beginning of the week, but Mr. Chabalowski got me everything, and he got it to me very timely, but I just started to really review it in earnest with my client. I'm asking to adjourn the PCC maybe to the 24th, if that date is available, but then I have one other request regarding bond.
Probable cause will be adjourned August 24th, 2023, 9 a.m. or as your Zoom invite indicates. Yes, Esteban.
Your Honor, it's more of a clarification than a request. I wasn't here for the arraignment. I substituted in, as I just indicated. My client is on probation presently to another court. He has a medical marijuana card and is allowed to use medical marijuana. He mentioned that at the time of the arraignment, he tells me, in this case, and the court allowed him to use marijuana for medical purposes. But the order, when I checked that, says otherwise. It's the box is checked, and maybe it's a default check that says no marijuana. So I don't know if the court file reflects anything on this, because the physical order has no use of marijuana checked.
Okay, I finally found the way to order the documents I need for this widower trial.
So, I think there's a Court of Appeals case, well, there is, which is right on point regarding that. And I really don't think there really needs to be a clarification, but I will do this. I will indicate he may use marijuana with a card. Or just marijuana medical, I'll put, and then that should solve that problem, hopefully. All right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bond will continue. Thank you.
Sir, there was one other thing. Testing. I'm sorry, is my lawyer available?
Yeah, John, what is it you want to say?
So they said that they would accept the test results from my probation, provided that was okayed through the court as well, I believe. The lady at Community Corrections, she said that that's not typically an issue. It just has to be, I don't know, they need something from the court saying that that's okay, I guess.
Which probation, who are you testing through?
It's Adam out of Jackson and Canton. I go to either one. So they got me testing 3 times a week right now. So
Okay, so here's what we'll do. Mr. Simon and Mr. Trebolowski, if you guys can put together an order, I'm not going to have a problem with that. In order that you can agree on, then we can do the testing. The only requirement is that the results of his testing would have to be reported to Community Corrections.
Sure.
And I'll have him, and I'll also forward his card to Community Corrections and Mr. Trebolowski as well.
All
His
right,
medical
fantastic.
card. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, sirs.
You're welcome. Court does call the case. People versus Edwin Ullman.
Kayla Kirby on behalf of the people.
Good afternoon, Stephen Barker on behalf of the defendant. We have a show cause versus me to deal with also.
All right. What are we doing on the case itself?
At this point, Your Honor, we would ask to set it for a preliminary examination.
He does have a bench warrant. Yeah. Where is he? Is he on here?
He is on there, Your Honor. I would indicate as far as the bench warrant, we did go to the district courthouse to turn ourselves in. They said that the magistrate could not address the bond issue and told us to just appear today.
Here's what I'll do. I'll cancel the bench warrant, reinstate previous bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I will also cancel the show cause STU. And
yes, Your Honor. And just to let the court know what happened, it was my fault. I got lazy and skipped right to the final notice instead of looking at the first 2, and so did not see the change of password.
All right. Well, I just say this, Mr. Barker, you've always been courteous when coming to court, but that one day right before that, when you were getting on the prosecutor to get themselves together as the intern was trying to explain to you what Ms. Kirby was doing, your behavior, in this court's opinion, was unacceptable.
I do apologize. Your Honor. I got through great deal of trouble to get to the film that the police and the prosecutor's office had asked for to the prosecutor's office. So I was somewhat frustrated that nobody had looked at it.
Well, no, it had been looked at, but Ms. Kirby wasn't there, and the intern was just trying to get information from you as to specifically what you were looking for. That was part of the problem. You weren't listening, and you kept going around in circles, and then you made that rather disparaging comment about the prosecutor's office. And I don't mind attorneys fighting, but that was it was just uncalled for. And then the problem is that once you do that, what you don't think about is the next week I mess up, and then I end up in trouble. So maybe you'll just keep that in mind.
Yes, sir. I stand corrected, and I do apologize.
All right. I will set this in for preliminary examination. I will set it. Is the 22nd. Will that work for everybody?
22nd will be fine, Your Honor.
August 22nd, 2023, 9 a.m. And that is before Judge Washington.
And Your Honor, I would thank the court for the privilege of showing up on Joe Simon Day.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we are all thrilled, right? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'll reinstate its previous bond. I should have put that on there.
Yeah, apparently he was a bad
Okay,
boy.
that's it for my 3 o'clock. We'll be back at 4 o'clock with a few matters we have to take care of. Court stands in recess. Miss Dodish, are you leaving me?
I've never seen
I
people
can't
from
hear
the-
you, but I think you're trying to say goodbye. I know. I don't know what it is with the mic.
Say goodbye for the last time, so maybe she should check.
No way.
Yeah.
And I can't hear her?
No, we can't hear you, Karma.
Oh, Ms. Dodash, it's been a pleasure. Let me just say, having you before the court. You have done a wonderful job and ought to be proud of yourself. And what I'm hoping is that in the future that you'll come back to see us, or maybe just drop this old judge a note and let me know how you're doing. Okay? All right. You take care of yourself. Bye-bye. All right. Court stands in recess.
Man. Love that her name is Karma. Yeah. Your prosecutor's name is Karma. That's what I guess she was an intern to be a prosecutor. Okay, so a couple things happened during the break. First of all, Amber sent me an update on a document. It looks like Brian Kohberger is back in court on the 18th of this month. And the motion he's filing is basically motion to dismiss because of an error in the grand jury. They're basically saying throw the whole thing out. There was a problem. So that's pretty exciting. Let me see if I can read the document to you really quickly. Let's see. It says notice is hereby given that Brian C. Kohberger, this is the guy who killed 4 college students up there in Idaho, or allegedly did that, or is accused of it, and through his attorney, Ann Taylor, who is just a bulldog, she is amazing, who's a public defender, will call on for a hearing for below motions in the above entitled matter on 8/18/23 at 10:30 a.m. or as soon thereafter as counsel may be heard in front of the Honorable Judge John Judge. Defendant's third motion to compel, filed June 22nd. Defendant's second motion to stay proceedings, filed July 25th. And defendant's motion to dismiss indictment on grounds of error in grand jury instructions or in the alternative remand for preliminary hearing, filed July 25th, 2023. There's more motions included. There's more motions included in the second PDF. Let's see. Also, the motion for protective order, motion to reconsider order staying time for speedy trial, and the motion for scheduling order. So, yeah, they've got a lot of things they're throwing at the judge, and this is what she's really good at. So, yeah, he keeps trying. There will be no stone left unturned in that defense. She's incredible. He basically, if it's possible for someone to be convicted or to be accused of a very serious crime and simultaneously win the lottery, Brian Kohberger did, because when he got that public defender that he did, Ann Taylor, she's like the best of the best. Just unbelievable. So we're going to see every possible angle worked on this in this case. Yes, sort of. Basically, I don't know if it's going to be the grand jury. I don't think was the prosecution on that one so much as that would be like the district attorney was working on at that point. I think. Maybe the prosecutors are involved there as well. But BK's lawyers were quoting laws from the 1800s. They're doing everything. She took it because it's a DB case. She's one of the few people that's qualified to take it up there. There were not very many options in that area for lawyers that are approved to try a case or to see a case like that through. Let's see. Let me show you what I found. This is frustrating. Okay, we're going back to the widower case right here. Yeah, this is the 8th Judicial District Court. This is the court that the widower case is. We found the case. It's in the 09C250966 that was originally filed in 2009. It's weird because it's an old date, but that's the case that was originally filed. Then it was tried. Now it was appealed. Now it's going to back for court. So we've got that initial date for there. The 4 charges are the conspiracy to commit murder, first-degree murder with use of a deadly weapon twice, and then murder with use of a deadly weapon. And so I checked the box saying I'd like these documents. I can't parse them out. They won't let me drill down any further for Randolph, Thomas Randolph, and they say sure. It'll just cost $178 plus a fee. Like, are you kidding me? So I might have to look for something else to do that. I don't want to pay $178 just so I can get a copy of someone else's media access request so I can fill in my own. I might just fill in the request myself, which I already have sort of set up ready to go. We're going to shrink that down. Let's see, where's this? Where's my mouse gone? There it is. Shrink this one down. We'll bring this one over. So this is the form I need to fill out. That's what I wanted a copy of. There's some 500 documents in this case. I don't want all of them. I mean, that's so much space. But this is going to be the 8th Judicial District Court for the Clark County County, Nevada. I just have to get the plaintiff, the defendant, the case number, the department number, my name, my media organization. I know that. Hereby requests permission to broadcast, record, photograph, or televise proceedings in the above entitled case. So I do that, presiding this day. I hereby certify that I'm familiar with and will comply with the rules. I can do that. The rules are pretty straightforward. And then I sign it and date it. And then I have to email it to the right department. And all of this 72 hours before court begins. So this is what my homework looks like. Freedom of information does not equal free information. No, some states it does. Like you go to Florida, and unless it's been sealed by the judge, and the judge is like, no, none shall pass. They'll say, sure, here it is. You know, it's yours, free. Just download it. What happened to BK having an alibi? I'm using my phone, so what name will show up? Holly McIntosh is what the name that shows up. Welcome, Holly. Well, good to have you here. We might know you under another name, but BK did file something. Notice it was an interesting. Instead of saying I have an alibi and I'm going to tell you what it is, it's a notice that we might have a witness that will be his alibi. It was like a twisted version of that, and I never actually heard what that alibi was, just that there might be one. Hang on just one second. I'll turn on the Wi-Fi here. Let's see if we can look into this BK document really quickly that Amber, who was supposed to be working, but has sent me here. One second. Okay, bring that over. Let's look into this just quickly. Oh, that's not it. Shrink that back down. No. This is available over on the Discord page as well if you want all this stuff without trying to read it off my screen. There we go. All right, so this is our motion from Ann Taylor in the Brian Kohberger case, motion to dismiss indictment on grounds of error in grand jury. Hey, Ivan's calling in. Hold on just one second.
Call from
Mr.
Ivan, how are you doing?
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fabulous.
I'm just trying to get a little bit of fresh air. I've been hung up in my bed in the bathroom the last 3 days with a stomach bug, and it's
oh man,
it's no bueno. So just trying to get outside a little bit and remind myself that there's a whole wide world outside my bedroom in the bathroom.
Well, we don't want too many details, but hopefully you're on the mend and feeling better.
So which direction do you think we're heading here?
Well, we're leaning heavily towards the widower case that starts next week. If we can get that lined up, it's a retrial. It's on appeal. He was on death row, and so it's a death row appeal, which is pretty interesting. And having 6 wives and 4 of them being dead because of you, that looks bad on the record. And apparently that was presented to the jury. They shouldn't have known that. So we get
not a good ratio.
No, it's at that point you start saying maybe it's me, in the relationship that's the problem. Maybe I have a little bit of fault here. But yeah.
Yeah, that's not a good fraction. You don't want to end up on that side of the ratio, as the kids say. But I tell you, since his court today, gets me all fired up because those are all drug court cases, and I don't know if you saw me in chat, but if it wasn't for my opinion about the federal court system, my next biggest soapbox would be the drug court system, because the way they have hoodwinked everybody into thinking that it's somehow preventative measures is something else. I tell you, it's all it does. It doesn't steer anybody into like recovery or like a better life. All it does is it becomes like a box checking mission. And so all it does is train people to play the cat and mouse game a little bit better than when they entered the ordeal. And so the second that they're cut loose, they don't know how to live their lives any more than they did beforehand. And so I'll end my TED talk early, but
you don't want to stray too far from the facilities in case you need them. But Ivan, I do hope you get feeling better.
Yeah, man, me too. At least I was able to put some Campbell soup and water away today, so we're on the move up.
Awesome. All right. Well, good to hear from you, Ivan. Get feeling better. We can't wait to hear you are back to full energy here and calling in. So catch you later.
I'm stuck in HR purgatory. I hire somebody, and the first day they're scheduled to work beyond their training, they call in. And so I tell you, it's the worst part of the job. I don't know if other business owners feel the same way, but hiring is by far the worst part of the gig. So anyway.
All right. Good luck to you, Ivan. We'll send you some good candidates. All right. We'll see you.
For teenagers to record is now back in session. All those having business.
Hang on. We're gonna wait on Judge Cedric for a minute. We're looking at Brian Kohberger. Okay, so this is let's see. Comes now Brian Kohberger through his attorney, the Jay Logston, the second attorney, Chief Deputy Litigation, hereby moves this honorable court for an order either dismissing the indictment in this matter or to treat it as a presentment and remand for preliminary hearing before a magistrate. This motion is made on the grounds that the grand jury was misled as to the general proof or as to the standard of proof required for an indictment. The Idaho Constitution says that the standard of proof for a grand jury beyond a reasonable doubt based on plain language of the statute. They also, legislative history supports a reasonable doubt standard. Idaho Supreme Court cannot adjust the standard of proof as it is a substantive right. Failure to properly instruct a grand jury as to standard of proof is grounds for dismissal of the indictment. The grand jury was erroneously instructed with the standard required for a presentment. Thus, this court could treat the indictment as a presentment. So they said they told them the wrong standard. Grand jury ought to find an indictment when all the evidence before them, taken together, if explained or uncontradicted, would, in their judgment, warrant a conviction by a trial jury. Okay. And he's doing a lot of citings, different sites, basically saying that this is the argument, the logical argument for why they want the judge to dismiss. Thus, whatever this language means, it must color this court's interpretation of Article 1, Section 8, which says no person shall be held to answer for any felony or criminal offense of any grade unless on a presentment or indictment of a grand jury on or information of public prosecutor after the commitment by a magistrate, except in cases of impeachment, in cases cognizable, it's a tough word, by probate courts, by justices of the peace, and in cases arising of militia when in actual service in time of war or public danger. After the charge has been ignored by grand jury, no person shall be held to answer or for trial therefore upon information of public prosecutor. They're saying you can't hold him. You can't take him to trial over this. So there's a huge. I mean, this is big. This is a 23-page motion. Let's see what the summation is on this. Lots more. Tons of sites. These guys have done tons of hours. The billable hours on this is just crazy. Standard of proof. Good grief. I've never seen this level of work in a public defender case. Grounds for setting aside the indictment. One final wrinkle in this error that's worth considering. In Idaho, there's a thing called a presentment. It does not appear from the authorities in Idaho that this thing is well understood. However, in the words of one justice, it is the only sort of accusation any grand jury in Idaho has ever produced. Now, that was a dissenting opinion, though. There goes the garbage truck. I say garbage truck. It was picking up our recycling, but they take our recycling to the dump anyway. I don't know why we have different things. They dump it in the same place. Conclusion. Over 150 years ago, Idaho joined the state of California, adopting the field code, thereby adopting reforms to the grand jury system intended to restore to that system its function as a bulwark for freedom. The strange history that follows in this state, just as every other state with the same statutory scheme, is both tragic and unconstitutional. No court had the power to decide that the legislator had made it too hard for grand juries to do their work and change the sufficiency of evidence required to indict. Mr. Kohberger is asking this court to recognize the long string of error that led us here and give back the people of this state protections they are owed. Oh, man. It's for the people, Your Honor. Freedom for the people. Okay, so we're looking at these dates. We're going way back, way back. Look at this. 1887. It's like the founding fathers said this, thus free Brian Kohberger. That is nuts. Denied, says AJ. Denied. Thank you. Appreciate the memo. We'll add it to the file. Hey, one thing I want to say while we're here. Tomorrow we have a podcast. Sharon, thanks for posting this. We have a podcast tomorrow night, and it's going to be a special podcast because we have a special guest, and we may have two special guests, and that being some of our favorite people on another channel, Brandy Churchwell and JT. We're doing a podcast where we're inviting them as special guests on the program, and it's going to be fun to get everybody together. So please, mark your calendars, spread the word, let everyone know that we'll have all four of us in the same place. If nothing else, we will prove that we are indeed different people. I'm not sure there was ever any doubt. Brandy and I do look very different, but at least you'll know that we are four distinct people, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So yes, we have guests. So be on your best behavior. Wear clothes. I realize it's No Pants Friday, but find some shorts or something that you can put on just for the occasion, because we have important people coming by, and we want to make a good impression. All right. I think we're about done for today. I think we're about done. I've got more homework here, but honestly, I'm falling behind. I need to look up a ton of documents and dates and numbers and everything else, and then file my request. I only wear pants. I hate shorts, says DMB. It's Passionate Friday. Yes, we've got to start honoring that. Ever since we discovered that was a thing. Apparently, it is Passionate Friday. Can you get the object command up and working too? Red pen, it's going to be easier. I'm going to go back. What day did we first hear that? I object. That was that yesterday? Was it yesterday that we had James and Cynthia in court? No, let's see. Or was it the day before? It was this week. I'm going to go back and I'm going to mark those so I can easily clip them. When I clip them, it's very easy to replay and find the right thing and import the sound. But we're going to get I object as a sound bite that you can control. I think we have Homestead. Is Homestead working right now? Have you tried that? It was yesterday. It was the Sovsit dude. Was Sovsit yesterday, or I think it was the day before yesterday. This week has flown by. It's been crazy. Thank you, DMB, for doing a quick check on that one. Hopefully I spelled everything right on this and it works properly. Sovsit was Tuesday. The days are a blur. They really are. Where's the command? Oh, I'm in top chat again. Why am I in top chat? Okay, we'll go back to the pro se trial and find that first. It's the first objection he makes. not seeing Homestead do anything. Okay. Hold tight for a minute. Let me check the background. Commands, bot commands. Huh. Weird. I ran it on one end and not on the other. Like I built it on my laptop and it saved, but it didn't save on the other. And it was funny and everything. It didn't save. Bummer. Okay, I'll get that fixed. Sorry about that. I'm going to quit that. All right. Let's see. Laura K., it's your birthday. Will I sing the birthday song? Laura, you want me to sing this late in the day? It's since you asked so nicely, I'm going to give it a try, but I make no guarantees at this point. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know. Hope I got some water somewhere. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Laura K. Happy birthday to you. Even rhymed and it fit with the Laura K. I didn't have to like squeeze the name in or anything. Laura K., happy birthday. Of all the days, you to be able to spend your day here, your special day here with us, it is not lost on me. Thank you very much. Happy birthday. I hope you have a fantastic one, and all the people you know and love wish you the best of days and bring you all the gifts that you want and enjoy. Okay, remember to put your carts away, or else Matthew Harris will do a video about you, or the cart narcs will, and then Matthew will do a video about that. Let's see, what time are we starting court tomorrow? Same time as usual, 9, bright and early, the butt crack of dawn, 9 a.m. Sorry, is that not a polite phrase? Laura, thank you. That made my day. Laura, that's wonderful. I'm glad I can do a little thing to brighten your day. Happy birthday. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a supporter of the channel. It would not be the same without you. Definitely appreciate that. All right, so what we have coming up tomorrow, we have more court hopping. We're waiting for a big trial. If we're picking up about the widower trial, which I think we're going to do next week, we need to sort of save space. There's no other trial that we can squeeze in there. We do have a podcast that we can do tomorrow. We can do court hopping tomorrow. We may have some police chases. I'll keep my eye out. You know, the weekend's coming. That usually ends up in being some police chases. Other than that, the podcast with Brandy and JT, at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. That's going to be a blast. So you want to be there for that as well. Let's see, anything else? I'm just going to keep doing homework all night and filling out forms. Requesting media access, sending off pictures of the media credentials that I made myself. This happy birthday song just goes forever. There we go. I need to edit that one down so it's more like one verse. I've got my keys in the bus if we need an ad hoc chase. 6-volt, I'm honored that you're willing to take one for the team and make a run for it. But really, we need you here. I can't afford you to have you, we need you as a mod and what you bring here on the channel. I can't afford to have you locked up. So if you could hire someone else, no, I would not suggest. I would never suggest that. Sorry for the homework. Hey, it's part of the job, and it's actually part that I love, Amy. I do like doing the research and finding the documents, and honestly, you heard some of the calls I made today. I like blustering my way through, and you fake it till you make it, and it works. It's fun, and if I can do that for you guys and make it a little better and make things available to you because of that, I will do it. So thank you very much. All right, that's going to be the end. Now that the goatee is definitely brought out Recovery Addicts Interville, and yes, I like to stroke my goatee while I think of new ways to cause mayhem and general ruckus. And that's it. Okay, so we do have court tomorrow. We'll be 9 a.m. We just don't have what we call a large trial to follow. It's going to be some of the smaller stuff. We'll keep an eye on that. What's the music called that you play when reading Sarah Boone letters? I call it sad piano. Tell you what, let's do a quick break here. Let's play sad piano. And are you able to Shazam this? Is somebody able to Shazam this? We're going to go ahead and play sad piano here. Just 1 second. Hey Siri, what song is this?
Listening. This sounds like Me Jesus, featuring Top Wing and Hector Alejandro by Commodore Herky J. Smirkturksky 3.
Okay, I do apologize. Of all the songs to try to... Me Jesus featuring Top whatever. Let's see. Is that even the same song? I think it's the same song. Does that help anybody? Were you able to all get your Shazam on and find out what that is? Carol, thank you very much. Just wondering how old your kids are. Dodie, my youngest turns 8 tomorrow. My oldest is about 22 or 23, and the rest are somewhere in the middle. Okay, but no more sad piano because we have to wrap things up. It's been a fun day. We've had some fun times with Judge Cedric, particularly. A little bit of bummer on finding out about Texas not understanding how audio works and how we can actually record people's voice and preserve it for the future and share it with other people through something called a recording. But they're going to come around eventually. They're going to update their archaic laws and allow audio recordings in courthouses. It's just a matter of time. Let's see. Just bought a Sebring convertible with less than 100,000 miles. Well, it goes. Awesome, Zach. Enjoy your car. The convertible, nonetheless. You heard a herky jerky in there? I didn't hear the herky jerky, but it might be there. Yes, he is incredibly cute. He loves it. He's the first one through the door as soon as I stop live streaming to come in and talk to me and honestly ask if he can use the iPad to play a game. But we'll pray for police chases. Melon, thank you very much. We might need that. If you do see a police chase, if you do see something happening that you think would be of great interest to the audience here, go ahead and shoot me a message on the burner phone. You want to do this now, so type !burner and then save the number in your phone. Just as burner phone, RA burner phone. And then when something happens, it'll be in your message, it'll be in your contact. You can just reach out and instantly shoot us a quick link, and we can go live pretty quickly. I mean, if needed, we can go live without the whole introduction and the thumbnail and everything if we have something to follow. Maybe Zach and I can get in the convertible chase. Don't do that. Tonight, when you go home, please hug the people you love. Smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better. And please stay safe till we go live again, which will be tomorrow morning, 9. Make it 9 a.m. Thanks, guys. Have a good day. We'll see you. Bye. Quick, get a screenshot. That's the order. That's correct. Okay, we'll see you guys.
Are we going to address subject matter jurisdiction?